Hola guys, happy Tuesday. I know it's been a minute. It seems like it's been a really long time. This is gonna be a strictly update video. I'm gonna try and keep it as full of detail as I can without going too long. I had a few days to, absorb everything and take in everything. And man, when I tell y'all guys, this sickness, this disease, it is so involved, and so it requires a whole lot, and it requires a whole lot really fast. So it's like I've just been moving, going, doing. The diagnosis, the official diagnosis is triple negative breast cancer stage 4. Now, before y'all freak out like I did, okay, I want you all to understand something that I didn't understand initially, because all I heard was triple negative stage 4. That's all I heard. And I had to replay the audio of the visit that I recorded to make sure that I understood correctly. And thankfully I did record. I was recording for you guys, but I think I'm gonna opt out of putting it up, because it's a lot of editing to get to the nitty-gritty of it, and I've had time, like I said, to absorb, to accept, to educate myself, so I can tell y'all what's going on way better than you guys having to listen to some muffly audio. But I'm glad I had recorded it, because that night I listened back and I understood so much better. I'm like, oh, you moron, you've been walking around in a zombie state because you didn't hear everything. Understandably, that was hard to take, and it was spooky and it was scary, so I did miss some details. But I say all that to say, before you guys panic, because I know y'all would me, there's a bad stage 4 and there's a worse stage 4. Okay, so let's break down the triple negative, because this is where I had to educate myself. Triple negative breast cancer is the one you don't want. Triple negative is the worst one. Triple negative stage 4 is the even worse than worst one. But triple negative means that the cancer itself is not feeding off of estrogen, progesterone, and then this protein called, that they break down to HER2, HER2. If all of that had come back positive, that's a good thing, because they can block all that. They can block the progesterone, they can block the estrogen, they can block the HER2 protein. But when it's negative, it means there's nothing there to block. You're negative on these things. There's nothing there to block. So they don't know what's feeding the cancer cells. They need to figure out what is going on and what is creating the issue. So triple negative is not the one you want, because they have to go in and do a lot more research to figure out what it is that the body's going to react to in regards to treatment and stuff like that. Then, of course, you hear stage 4, and you're like, oh my gosh, stage 4 is the last stage of this disease. That's when most people, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. This is what a lot of women, I'm sure, hear. But the way it was broken down to me is, of course, it's not what anybody wants to hear. But there's bad stage 4 and there's worse. Stage 4, all it means is that it is a spreading cancer. That's what it means. But it does not mean death sentence. It does not mean a year or two. It does not mean that. They have to run all these tests. They have to run all these scans. They have to run all this blood work, all this genetic work, all this stuff, which they are doing, which is why I'm telling you, it's just go. So stage 4 means it is spreading. Stage 4 bad means it is spreading. Stage 4 worse means it has spread outside of a treatable area. Okay, so stage 4 bad is lump in your breast. It goes into your lymph nodes. Currently, I have some swelling in my clavicle lymph node, It hasn't shown any growth. Like, they can't say, oh my gosh, there's cancer in there as well. But there's swelling, and it's because it is stage 4. That swelling in the clavicle is what made it stage 4, guys. Before, probably stage 3 in the breast and into the lymph nodes under my armpit, stage 3. But because it's gone past the lymph nodes, it's moving past this general area, it has become stage 4. It is obvious and evident that this cancer wants to travel. But at this point, if it stays in the lymph nodes, although it's bad, it is treatable. If it stays in the lymph nodes, it is treatable. They will do chemotherapy, they will do surgery, go in and clean up all the area, then you get radiation, and hopefully it doesn't come back. The stage 4 worse is if it has spread into bones, organs, brain, that type of thing. That's the worst one. That one is no longer fixable. It's no longer curable because surgery is off the table. Once it affects the organs and the bones and stuff like that, the only thing they can do is treat it. People have been on chemotherapy treatment for years, 10, 15, 20 years. It's just a regimen in their life. It's a situation, it's a sickness that has to be controlled and maintained, but it does not mean you're gone, okay? Now, if it has metastasized to the point where your lungs, liver, kidneys, heart, whatever, brain is severely affected, then yes, the lifespan does, it comes down, the survival rate decreases. But if I were that bad, I'd have been having symptoms. And she did not fear that it had gotten into my organs, into my blood. The one concern she had, because of the pain I'm having in my arm, is that there may be a tumor in one of my bones. If that is the case, then it has metastasized, it has spread to the point where they cannot do surgery, but they would just treat me. So, triple negative, stage 4 breast cancer has spread from my breast to my axillary, I'm learning, guys, lymph nodes, your armpit lymph nodes, and is currently causing, as of a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, some swelling in my clavicle lymph node, okay? I do have stage 4, but until they do all of my scans, we're not going to know if it's the bad stage 4, which is just in the lymph nodes that can be operated on and treated with chemo, or if it's the worst stage 4, which they can only treat. They can't do surgery and get it out. So I had the pelvic exam and the chest MRI. The pelvic exam came back clear. My pelvis, my bones, all of my reproductive girly organs are good. There's no sign of any cancer cells, no emastation, nothing spread, ain't nothing wonky up in that area. My chest, my left breast is fine. Nothing has moved on over there. So right now, it's just the breast, the lymph nodes, and a little swelling under the clavicle. On Monday, I had the bone scan. We already got the results. I'm fine. They found arthritis in my legs, in my knees, which I already knew. They found plantar fasciitis in one of my heels, which I already knew, was suspected. I didn't officially know, but I suspected. But no cancer, nothing that shows that it's in my hips, my knees, my feet. My kidneys are fine. What else? My bladder's good. My ribs are good. But everything on my scan for Monday came back clear. Everything is fine. Okay, so tomorrow I have the PET scan, which is just a little more detailed. They do the PET scan because sometimes a bone scan can miss some things, and the PET scan absolutely confirms whether anything was missed, and that'll be the last scan. So tomorrow, hopefully nothing comes up that the bone scan missed. She did say my shoulder may be frozen shoulder, menopause frozen shoulder. She said it could be from the cadaver bone you have in you from your surgery. It could be from your car accident. She said we're not going to know until we get the scan. So after my scan tomorrow, I get all of my results and all my discs and all my thingies together, and then I go back for my follow-up on the 22nd with my oncologist and the radiation guy. And then I think, because every time I think we're at the top of the hill, there's a few more friggin' miles to go. So by September 22nd, we should be able, or they should be able to tell me this and this and this is how we're gonna treat it, or this and this and this is how we're gonna treat and operate. We'll find out. I'm still not scared. I'm still not crumbled up in a corner anywhere. I'm still not in fetal position. I'm still not, oh, woe is me. Why? I'm still not broken, but I'm tired. I am not gonna lie to y'all guys. I'm tired. I'm tired of the constant running around. I'm tired of not being able to learn anything at my new job because I'm not there. Although they are being so friggin' amazing. I'm tired of the newest thing is the insurance hiccups and the insurance clarifications and the phone calls to the insurance and having to switch appointments from here to there because this facility is not in network with my insurance, and it's going to be ridiculously expensive to get these exams done. All of that was from yesterday to today. So I kind of have my health care scattered every which way. I have one hospital system doing this thing, one hospital system doing another. Thankfully, they're working together. But one hospital wants to do everything for me, okay? And while the physicians are covered under my insurance, the facilities, the labs, the radiology departments, all of that, they're not. They'll still treat me, of course, but I'm having to come out of pocket big time. And I found out the bone scan I had that done at another hospital. It was in network. The PET scan for tomorrow was going to be through another hospital system. That radiology facility is not in my network. So my out of pocket is $3,400 something. So when they broke it down into a payment plan, it was going to be $280 tomorrow and $280 for the next 12 months. No. So I had to switch from that hospital system to the hospital system who did my bone scan, which is in network. My out of pocket for my 10% co-insurance is going to be $253 friggin' dollars, guys. But that panic, that worry, thinking that I'm not going to get my doctor I'm not going to get to my doctor in time to send a new order to the other hospital, and then that hospital may not have an appointment open for me before the 22nd. I was in pure panic mode yesterday, guys, because this just came to light yesterday after my bone scan. This just came to light. I'm like, I stressed about it all afternoon yesterday. I could not sleep. I stressed about it this morning. I was stressed out. I put in phone calls. I put in emails. I was trying to get my doctor to send in a new order to this facility so that I can get it done before the 22nd, because if I don't get these scans done before the 22nd, I'm going to have to postpone my follow-up on the 22nd. And if I postpone my follow-up, then that's going to postpone my health. And with this thing spreading, I mean, I was in a friggin' panic. But you guys, when I tell you, every hospital system that I am working with is friggin' amazing. I was on the phone yesterday at 4:54, and if it's late in the day and I can't reach anybody and I've had to leave voicemails, or I've had people tell me I'll have my supervisor call you tomorrow, I'll have my manager call you tomorrow, I'm just like, this isn't going to get done. I'm going to end up having to pay the $3,000 something because I'm not going to cancel the appointment. So that was the peace I made with myself. If nobody gets a hold of me and can get me scheduled in somewhere else with my in-network, you know, radiology place, I'll just go to the one I'm supposed to go to tomorrow and, you know, pay the $280, you know. But you guys, this morning, it was like a little after 8. I get a phone call from the radiology department that I'm trying to get an order for, and it's the manager, and she said la da 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 da, spoke to me late yesterday and explained the situation to me, and she said, I'm gonna go ahead and hold a spot for you tomorrow, the same day, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hold a spot for you for tomorrow at 7:30. If you can get a hold of your doctor and have her send an order to us, have her send it to me, directly to me, I will make sure that scheduling calls you and we get this done. So then, thank you so much. So then I call my doctor and they're like, don't worry about it. We'll get it over to them within the next hour or two. We're just getting ready for our morning clinic, but we will get a new order to that hospital in the next hour or two. Less than 3 hours later, scheduling is calling me, telling me we received the order. Our manager had already put a block on this schedule. So I'm in tomorrow at the same time, the same day, only at the hospital that is in network with my insurance. So I'm only coming out of pocket $200 something. Not only that, it's closer. It's literally 10 minutes from my house. The one I was gonna have to go to, which is where the surgeon is like 30 minutes away. So when all of that came together this morning, it gave me just this boost of energy that I needed. So now I don't have to keep leaving the office and making phone calls, and I don't have to keep leaving the office to answer phone calls, and I can focus on my job. Okay, like I said, they're being so freaking amazing. They understand when I have to walk out in the middle of a little training sesh or whatever, phone ringing, they totally understand. But the way I am, my work ethic, it's bugging the heck out of me that this is week 2 and I've done very little and have learned way less than I should have learned right now. But after it all came together, I was able to go in there. I had a better attitude. I could relax. I could breathe. Now I can focus on work. And I ended up, for the rest of the day, deferring referrals. That's new to me, but deferring referrals. I still feel like I'm not doing enough because the phones are going crazy and they're just always on the phone. But my supervisor's like, oh no, the stuff that you're doing for me, because it's stuff that she has to do, she hasn't had time to do, clearing out queues and stuff. She's like, you're helping out a whole lot. So that made me feel better. But I'm going home tonight. And I'm going to relax. Apparently we're not supposed to do any strenuous activity. Not that I ever do any strenuous activity, but apparently we're not supposed to do any strenuous activity because the radiation that they put into you for the test tomorrow kind of stresses the heart. Not bad or anything, but kind of stresses the heart. And then, you guys, I cannot be around small children, the elderly, or pregnant women for at least 24 to 48 hours after my test, because apparently I'm going to be radiated. Apparently I'm going to be exuding radiation. Radiation could come off of me. Radiation will be coming off of me, and it could potentially be dangerous to seniors, pregnant women, and small children. Like, what the heck? So I may be glowing, but other than the facts of this disease, other than I still have many more appointments, everything has been okay. Like I said, I haven't lost my faith. I haven't lost my will to live. I haven't become depressed. But I was very, very concerned about my kids. And my big dude finally came clean. I told you guys he was trying to be strong and he was being strong, but I'm his mother, okay? We know when something's wrong with our kids. It doesn't matter that he's all the way where he is and I'm all the way where I am. I just know there was no way that my son, as close as we are and as much as he loves me, was okay. I'm good, Mom. I'm okay. I'm just worried, about you. I want you to be strong. There's no way. And I asked him again, how are you? Really, how are you doing? And he finally came clean, guys. And it was through text, because I don't think we can speak to each other without a whole lot of tears and and we just need to get some stuff. We just need to get it out there and deal with it, and it's just easier via text. He came clean. He is struggling, guys. He's struggling, has been struggling since I told him what they found. And his main pain, his main hurt, his main anger, his main frustration is that he can't fix this for me. He says, we've always been able to get through things together. We've always found a solution. We've always come through. No matter what happened, we always came out on top. We always were okay. And we can't figure this out right now. And he's struggling. He is struggling because he can't fix this for me. And I was so grateful that he opened up to me, because I knew it, man. I knew it. Ain't no way you love me as much as you love me and you're okay. There's no way. But he was trying to be strong for me. He was trying to be strong. He didn't want to bring it up. He didn't want to put any more on me, because he knows how much I love him. And that it would break me if he was breaking. But my doctor said something that I shared with him, and it's on the audio. She said, you may be trying to protect your family from the pain and the fear. She says, but you are going to have to let them help you. That is going to make them feel better. You all are going to have to let each other help each other. Y'all cannot do this alone. It's not just happening to you, it's happening to your entire family. You all have got to be there for one another. It's going to help you all get through it. And this is all going through my head as my kid is sitting here telling me that he didn't want to burden me, he didn't want to worry me. I'm like, I said, no, we're gonna cry, yell, scream, whatever, because we have to. It's perfect. And I told him, everything you're feeling is perfectly valid. Everything you're feeling is absolutely normal in this situation. I said, there is nothing you can say, there is nothing you can do that's going to make me just fall apart or break apart. We're all feeling it. We're all feeling the same things. We're all going through the same things. We're all afraid. We're all afraid of losing each other or being left behind. We're all going through it, and we have to be there for each other. And we talked and talked and talked, and I stressed to him, because I think he needs to know that I'm okay. When I tell you I'm okay, I don't feel sick. I'm not scared. I'm not depressed. I'm not crying. I'm not thinking about it. I think about it as I have to think about it. And of course, I don't want to talk about it. And that's what set this whole conversation off. We'll get into that, because I don't want to come off as ungrateful, but this reality is so new to me, but it's a lot, guys. So, but I was telling him, for me, I'm good. I'm still gardening. I'm still cooking. I'm still drifting. I'm still goofy. I'm still hanging out with my friends. I'm fine. I do not feel sick. And he said, in all honesty, Mom, the only thing that keeps these dark thoughts and sad thoughts from, staying in my head too long is knowing that you seem normal. You seem okay. I said, I am. And now that we've had our little conversations, if I have a day where I'm not, if I have a day where I'm blue, depressed, whatever, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to help each other through it. I said, but as of right now, I've never lost my faith. I have not lost my faith. I am not scared. I'm tired. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. One more appointment after another. But I just told him, I'm good. I need you to know that. So that we went from him coming clean and us having our heart to heart and talking and, you know, just understanding that it's okay for us to lean on each other. It's okay for us to talk to one another. Bull crapping around like we usually do. Talking and texting about texting about the silly crap we always talk about. And I know when we were done, he felt better. And I didn't understand. I mean, I understand him saying, I'm so glad you say you're okay because it makes me feel better. But I feel bad because he doesn't see it. And the other day, because I keep checking on Caleb too. I'm like, babe, is there anything going on? You know, are you worried about anything or sad or nervous about anything? You know, what's going on with me? Because I said, if you are, you can ask me anything. And he's like, no, I'm okay. And I'm not going to lie, guys. A little bit of me was like, oh, he doesn't even care. But I know that's not what it is. It wasn't until I spoke to my oldest that I realized the reason Caleb seems okay with it is because he sees me being me. He sees me going on and doing everything I usually do. I'm still goofy mom with him. I'm still planning for Halloween. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. So it's easier for Caleb to be okay with it. But it's because he has the advantage of being around me and seeing me. My oldest had been playing the, how's everything, Mom? What are the updates? Do you need anything? Are you good? Okay, as long as you're fine. He was doing that for so long and burying all that was going on with him and all his fears and everything because he didn't want to bother me with it. Of course, in his mind, it's so much worse than it is because he only has his head to tell him what's going on. He only has his head and his heart to tell him what's going on. He said, I've wanted to talk to you about it, but I didn't want the elephant in the room to monopolize the conversation, and that's all we talked about. I'm like, oh, trust me, I get it. Because, and this is where I'm going to tell y'all how he and I ended up talking and all this stuff came out. I ain't going to say no names because people that I love watch these videos, okay? And I know I'm going to sound cold-blooded. I know I'm going to sound heartless, but this is all new to me, guys. Okay, this is all new to me. And it's happened so fast. Y'all know I went from perfectly healthy to this. You guys, I am, and I know what this is going to sound like. I all of a sudden became the cancer girl. That's all everybody wants to talk about. How are you doing? What did the doctor say? Any updates? What's going on? Have you heard anything? How do you feel? Are you okay? I get it. Y'all care. Okay? But jeez, can we talk about anything else? It is exhausting. It is exhausting. All of a sudden, I feel like a friggin' sideshow freak. Like all of a sudden, I'm this little fragile glass thing. And the way people look at me, this is what irked my spirit, okay? Again, I know you all care, but do not approach me. When you see me, do not approach me like this. Oh, don't do that. Why are you doing that? Why are you acting as if though I'm sick? I don't look sick. I don't feel sick. But that right there is irking me. And someone did that to me on Friday. All day long, well-meaning people were asking, what's the latest? What's the update? What the doctor say? How do you feel? All day long. I've been at 2 doctor's appointments this week. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. And all I've been doing all week long is talking about this friggin' disease. Just, and then to have someone approach me as if I'm this pitiful little creature. I had enough. I had enough. And on the way home, my friend texted me and she asked for an update. And I got so angry. So later on, I told her, I do have updates, I said, but just like every other update, it's not good news, because I don't think she knew. I don't think I had told anybody that it was triple negative stage 4. I told my family. I had told my family. I told my boys. I told my family. That was it. Everybody else, how many times do I have to say triple negative stage 4 cancer? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to think about it. Mind you, this is before I had educated myself. This is before I had played back the audio. This is before I'd made my peace with it, understood it, studied it. This is before all of that. So for everybody who knows that I just came out of my doctor's appointment asking. Anyway, I told her later on. I think I got home, or I don't remember when it was. It wasn't at that moment, because I was angry and I wasn't going to be mad at her, and I didn't want to go off on her because she means no harm. It's just I was so fed up and so over it, and in a way I felt like I could be that way with her and she would understand. But no, why am I going to just vomit out all this bull crap that I've been holding in all friggin' week long because of everybody else treating me with kid friggin' gloves? I just felt like, no, just wait, just wait. If anybody will understand, she will. So later on, I texted her and I told her that there is an update, but I'm just so exhausted about talking about it. I'd fill her in, as soon as I could. I was just tired of talking about it. She totally understood. She jumped on the let's get your mind off of it and what do you want to do this weekend thing, which is nice. I'm just selectively talking. You know what I mean? Like, I know people mean well. Some people mean well. Let's put that out there, okay? My sister and I were talking about this. There are some people who just want the headline. There are some people who just want the dirt, the gossip, the tea. Just to have something, I don't know, to talk about later, or something to be like, whew, glad it ain't me. Internally they're that way. You can tell. And that irks me too. The ones who are asking because they heard from somebody that this is what's going on, and it's so obvious, like, why am I going to share personal information with somebody who up until now could have gave 2 craps about me? It's just obvious. Am I making sense? Like, it's obvious who just wants to be messy, who just wants to be in the loop for a little bit of, story time with somebody else. Girl, did you hear about Melissa? Who's Melissa? Melissa, the girl that, oh yeah, what about her? Those people. And like I told Michael, and I'll tell everybody else, I'll tell anybody who loves me, who's worried about me, if you are sad for me, please understand it's okay to tell me I'm sad. I'm mad for you. I'm sad for you. I'm worried for you. I'm worried for your kids. I'm sorry. I'm upset. That is so okay. We can talk about that. We can. I don't want people who care about me, who love me, to be suffering in silence, to be upset in silence. I don't want that. So I am perfectly fine talking through whatever with anybody. If it's just some macabre curiosity or some nosy curiosity, I don't want to talk. I'm not trying to avoid it. I just don't need it to be my 24/7. Yes, I have this damn disease. Okay? But right now, it ain't trying to take me out. Right now, I'm doing everything I gotta do to put a plan in place. Right now, I don't need people. Oh, I don't need that. And trust me, even if I'm bald-headed, thin as a rail, don't you dare approach me like that. Excuse me? No. Don't do that to anybody. Don't treat people like they're dying. Don't treat people like they're broken. Don't do that. If you can't uplift somebody, if you can't distract them with anything else besides what they're going through, stay away from them. Just stay away from them. Nobody needs you to be. No, I would never. Am I making sense? I take great offense to that. I take great offense to that. But anyway, I'm trying to think if I've missed out on anything else. But no, I mean, today was way more positive than other days. But I still have a ways to go. I mean, I have a scan. Oh, I have genetic testing. What is it called? I'm learning so much. There's so many things, so many. I did a DNA thing that's gonna help decipher this situation, and then I'm doing genetic. They're gonna do a genetic lab draw on Saturday. But you know what? Order it all. Oh, you need genetic testing, you need DNA, you need this, you need that. Order everything you gotta order in order for you to put a plan in place that's gonna work for whatever's going on in here. Do whatever you have to freaking do. Would you like us to? Yep. Would you consider? There's this trial. Yep. Sign me up. Draw whatever you gotta draw. And y'all know I'm scared of needles, right? It ain't changed no better. As many friggin' IVs as they gotta put in you and stuff. It's just, I'm still a trembling mess, but it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. But today turned out to be a good day. Just the way everything worked out in regards to my scan tomorrow. The fact that I got to do some hands-on stuff at work. It's just a good day. It's a controlled day. It started off crazy, and it ended up good. Excuse me. But I guess that's all the update, guys. Yeah, that's it. I still diagnosis. I still have a few more tests. I still have my follow-up. My big dude and I had a come to Jesus talk. Little dude seems to be doing okay. People are getting on my nerves, and I'm trying not to be an a-hole about it, but I done told y'all, don't treat sick people like they're sick. I think that's it, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one. Y'all know I've gotten myself into this and that and this and that. So I'm sure I'll see you at my table at home. A little of this, a little this, a little that, and it adds up, man. It adds up. Went thrifting with my friends this past weekend, and then just a yard sale here and a yard sale there, and a bin here and a bin there. I hope you guys are having a great week. And I'll see you soon, guys. Until my next go around. I love y'all bunches. I do. Bye.